right? Okay. So just check to make sure we're live.
Hola, 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 hola.
Yeah, it's supposed to be going live in a second here. Make sure I didn't. Yep. All right. So it's telling me that we are live. So let me just validate one thing here. Make sure for a fact that we are live before we go and we talking to set the scunt in the
I'm
wrong
seeing
way.
a Guyana flag and also the scun.
No, that was from the last thing. So I'm curious to know why this thing ain't pulling me up in fullness. Cause
I
it's a
don't see it live on my other phone. Oh
okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
see it.
So
I see me now.
okay.
I
So
guess
I took a little bit. It took a little bit. Took a little bit. I see somebody said what's up there. So uh, that's always a positive thing.
so. You're a little small. Oh, I gotta click this. No.
Hold on. Well, yeah, but I don't mind being. You have me small on your screen. I've got you big on mine.
All right, good. So the reverse.
Right? I've got you big on mine, but for some reason I don't know why the hell like my phone taking long scunt for pull in and pull up the thing. You seeing it though? You seeing it clear on the feed?
Yes, I'm seeing you.
All right. Well, let me go by
Okay,
cause
so I just started watch party, so it's gonna blow up.
okay, good to go, good to go. Right? For all the viewers out there, y'all make sure y'all share the shit out of this, right? Because for the most part, I think we've got it figured out. Okay? Um, like I said, it's just something on my end here with this whole damn feed. I'm trying to get the feed through on my system, and I ain't even getting it. I'm not getting it on my phone right now, right? But anyway, I know you getting it live, and I know some people seeing this. So good day, Rude Boy. Hey, what do you prefer to be called? That's the first thing.
Rude boy.
Rude Boy. All right, good. Well,
Okay, let your people know that this is an adult show, Scott. Okay?
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you guys know if if you can't handle cussing, you can't handle certain things, this is probably not the right place for you at this moment, okay? Because this is an adult show. We're going to be talking about some real issues. There's going to be some cussing up. We're going to talk one, two people name. Me and Rude Boy might end up dancing. One, we might strip a little bit and ting, 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 ting. You know, we're going to throw some Portuguese power up in the mix, the Red Man content, and we can see what's going on. And if y'all like this, we can see if we can get Critic and all them other people to see if they want to jump on in this discussion at some point in time, right? Because I think that this is going to be very, very fun. And provided that it is productive, you'll see many more like this because I think it's important for everyone in the country to be able to share their opinion, or at least everyone who is tied to Guyanese descent or lineage to be able to share your opinion about what is currently going on. And as some of you would know out there, Rude Boy, he has his beliefs, I have my belief, and it's important that we can showcase to everybody, hey, discussing the differences of your belief isn't a problem. You could cuss out each other, you could do all of this, but there's a certain code of conduct that we must all maintain for something positive to go on and transpire here in Guyana. So in saying that, once again, let me welcome you here to tell it as it is or shut up. Rude Boy, right? How is everything over there on your side, man?
Everything is fine. Before we start off this program, ladies, you guys want to know how to suck a dick?
Holy scunt by oh.
I fucking told you. You bring me on here, you gotta fucking prepare for any scunt that coming on.
Bye. Well, that's the point. That's the point.
I know my followers gonna love this fucking show on my side.
Right.
I don't know how much nuns you got watching your show.
Well. Here's the thing, right? It's not even about that. I think it's just important for everybody to get an opportunity to share their opinion, and I think that dialect between two parties of different opinions is important. Because currently, with what's going on in we country, we always got these two major groups fighting one another, buddy, and they ain't coming together and they ain't having a dialogue for do one mother scunt inside the interest of the people, right? And I don't know about you. I know that that affects me because I'm down here in it. You understand what I mean? And
Yes.
and you're up there, but I also don't know enough about you to say, hey, what it is, right? And I wouldn't go and talk about people if I don't know exactly everything about their situation or whatnot, because I feel that passing judgment without relevant information is an act of stupidity. So I try my best not to do that, right? I'm imperfect nonetheless, right? But I try my best to not dip on skunt, right?
But listen to this. We can talk from now till to fucking tomorrow about politics in Guyana, but it's not gonna fucking solve anything. I got a simple thing for that. Guyana has been in this fucking situation for the last, what, 40 fucking years?
No, I think longer, by. We had independence for 50 something, right?
Right? So me can come on here and talk about the PPP and the PNC. You could do it, right? Nobody listens. The people in the higher masses and the higher power, they don't listen, right? Everybody want to be in charge. Everybody want to be, like somebody tell me the other day, maybe PPP should get 48%, 54%, and PNC should get 46 and have a coalition government, right? I know I tell them, I said, doesn't matter, nothing would get done, Scott.
No, because they'll always cock block each other.
Yes, even if the two governments, it has happened right here in Canada, right? If the government, like Trudeau's not the majority government, you know how much things he can't get done? Same thing with Trump. You know how much things Trump want to do? But they block it, right? And that would happen. So a coalition government is not going to work.
Well, so the concept of shared governance would not work in that respect, where it's 54-46.
Yeah, sorry, I said the wrong word. I'm not as smart as you.
Nah, man, I's a stupid man. You ain't see? I's the cow man. I think you labeled me this morning as the bull man. Oh.
You know, I gotta say, that session you did with me on the bull, that was the funniest fucking session you ever did, Scott.
Bye. I tell you, I had to come. I had to get my cowboy hat for this one, right?
Hey, fuck you. Only you could get hot, Scott.
Yeah, Scott, what you mean? I got hat for this one, Scott, bye. I got to dress up.
Yeah? You think only you got hot, Scott?
Oh, Scott, hold on. I want you to do this one, bye. Hold on. Do this one, Scott, bye. Let's sexy off for the people, bye. Let me do this.
But I got arthritis. I can't take off my shirt like this, Scott.
Woo!
And it's fucking minus 20 over here, Scott. I can't take off my shirt.
Oh, Scott, bye. It's above. It's almost like 100 degrees outside right now. The rain's falling, right?
Actually, it's almost 100 degrees here too.
Scott, what I don't understand, right, is that we got people outside protesting. COVID's still crazy, you know. I don't understand this. People still out there, Scott, protesting. No mask, no nothing. What gonna happen when right now we don't have a major COVID problem, but you would notice over these last couple of weeks this COVID thing been rising. You got more and more people out there, Scott, dying. You get the more and more reports. Some of them are unconfirmed, some of them are confirmed. But like people ain't understanding that this COVID thing ain't got time with politics in the country, right? I mean, what do you say about that with all these people out there, man?
You know, it's a psychological thing. They can't see it, so they figure it's not there. You know, since February, I go all over the place. Me and my friends, we go hang out, but we never go in nobody's house. We don't go in people's houses. If we can't hang out in the backyard or meet somewhere and hang out, we don't hang out. But we respect each other and we don't go in people's houses and we keep our social distancing. And this is scandal. Like right now, you can't go anywhere without a fucking mask. Right? That's a law now. If you go to the store, if you don't have a fucking mask, you can't go in.
That's a fact. In fact,
right?
a lot of places over here are exercising those rules, right? And I think it's very, very important because if not anything from today, what we're doing here, I think we both agree that Guyana and the world has a similar problem when it comes to COVID, and people got to start taking this fucking shit seriously. Because if not, there's going to be a lot of dead bodies. And I could tell you right now, the government ain't in no position right now to fork out money to bury people for free. So it looked like it's going to be a lot of cremation going on, right?
Well, you guys got one of the biggest fucking infections right next door, Brazil.
Yeah, for real. And then, you know, right now, our
I'm
borders,
sure Brazilians keep coming over and going back and forth, do they?
Yes, they still do. Same thing, you see, and it's unrestricted, which is kind of crazy because how are we really monitoring, right, what's coming in or out of our country at this moment, right? And it's a big problem because there's no real monitoring system. They say there is, but a lot of underhanded shit keeps happening because there's no way they're gonna stop it as long as man got the hard little Woody and he wanna get the little sweet Brazilian girl. He go ask somebody, bring one of them girls them over for you. And this is how we're gonna keep happening. And unless the authorities take it seriously and clamp down on human trafficking and a few other things, it's gonna be very hard, my brother. It's gonna be very hard.
You see the thing about this fucking virus is a very tricky fucking virus. You could have COVID right now, you wouldn't even know.
Bye, you're telling
and
me.
All you're doing is spreading it to other people. And you would maybe never know you had COVID unless you get tests.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have it, and you know what? I think I had it around Christmas time. I had all the symptoms, but it wasn't around at that. They wasn't talking about it at that time. I had all the fucking symptoms. But the thing about this fucking virus that they created in a fucking lab, it's so fucking tricky, right? That it will fucking use you to spread the fucking virus.
By when I tell you, I think that is the slickest weapon that they have designed because it's a weapon. I don't care what anyone says. It's a weapon, right? It's a pathogen. It's a weapon. It was designed to basically, in my opinion, kill off the weak masses and help reduce the stress of things like Social Security, Medicare, and these other things, because people don't create things like this unless there's a financial purpose behind it, right? Something had to motivate them, and normally the motivation for a lot of evil things does be, well, money, right? You know, now let me ask you a question, right? Coming away from COVID, because everybody know COVID is a fuck up thing, right? But they're not taking it seriously, and until they learn, well, that's just what it is. They gotta learn hard, skunt. Guyanese have a tendency. We just like learn the hard way, right? So we're going to have to learn from that one, right? But with what is currently going on, we're going to talk about current event right now with the fact that Lowenfield had submitted a couple of reports. Some of these reports may not have been in line with the figures from the recount, right? And you see everybody dancing around in court and thing right now. What is your opinion, like an actual opinion? I mean, I know we got our shows. We both do this stuff, right? We're social media personalities by default right now because of what we're doing, right? But what is your actual opinion here, man?
Okay, I'm gonna stick to my original. I said this whole election started off on the wrong foot. Started off crooked. You might disagree with me, right? But we all know that Chanda Das, or whatever the fuck he did, the guy that pumping gas in Brampton, not too far from here, made a deal with Jadeo, right?
I'm listening to your opinion, right? So don't mind me. I'm putting back on my shirt because it's too hot here and I'm making myself more hot. So I got to do something before you get hot.
Vote. And it's a proof. And there's videos out there that we've even talked about it. So Chanda Paul tried to contact me.
Not Chanda Paul.
Chanda Das, sorry. Why they can't just name Chandy Scott?
I don't know,
Chanda
man.
Das,
they got the Shandy, though. Banks got the Shandy.
Chanda Das tried to contact me several times last year. He want to talk to me and do a live interview with me, and I refused to because I didn't like what he did. If you're not happy with a government, right, just step down. Don't sell the fuck. If you have a problem with one of your kids, you're gonna sell all them out, Scott? No. Just step down. But this whole thing was planned. This whole thing was a way to bring the government down, and regardless of what went on with the elections, how much dead people vote, how much dead people they vote, or whatever, it leave a bitter taste in people's mouth, right? And nobody can trust the PPP anymore.
Okay, stop there for a minute. Now, based on what you said, let me just give my opinion. Based on what you said there, what Chandra Das did, in my opinion, is that he exercised his right as a member of parliament.
Let me stop you right there.
Wait.
Let me stop you right there.
Wait, hold on.
Let me stop you right there. Can I just stop you right there?
No. Let me finish my opinion. Don't run from it.
My fans are watching, and you're not going to fucking brainwash them.
You're going to need the fan. They got to cool your arm, buddy. It's hot. Relax.
Listen to me.
Hold on, but let me finish talking.
He did not exercise any fucking rights.
Wait. I let you talk.
Because he was told to by the opposition party. He had no rights. They don't give a fuck about rights.
Wait, allow me to speak. Like I said, in my opinion, Chandra Das exercised his right as a parliamentarian who was put there by the same group that he had no confidence in, so he said. Good. Now, I cannot say whether he is right or whether he is wrong for that. But
And
that
I
is
can
his.
say he's a crook.
Wait, hold on. Without putting words in my mouth or anybody else's for a minute, right? That was his legal right to exercise that decision. That is one. That was his legal right to exercise that decision.
He didn't do it legally. That's my whole fucking point.
Well,
he was paid to do that.
Okay, well, hey, hold on.
And if you don't watch it, he can get deported from Canada pretty soon.
Okay, well, hold on. Here's the thing now. You say he was paid.
Yes.
I'm not going to say yes and I'm not going to say no because I don't personally know. But if you can make that statement, I'm going to ask you if you have the facts behind it. Because
Did I post a video the other day where he was in New York and somebody taped his conversation?
Did
you see it?
No, I didn't see that one. I would have talked about it, Scott. If you could.
Okay, I gotta look for it. I gotta send it to you.
Right? Okay, so Chandra Das, the whole no confidence motion went on. The whole thing get fling up. Election call, late and all, whatever the case is, but election finally come. When the election finally come, right? What is your opinion on the current administration chasing out the observers, such as the Carter Center and the OAS and those observers there? What is your opinion on that?
Did they chase them out? I don't know. I don't know they chased them out.
Yeah. They didn't want them. They didn't want them to participate in it anymore, and that was after.
You see. Listen to me, Snow. I'm the type of guy. I'm the bottom line guy. I look at the story, right, and I'm smart enough to know what's going on. I know for 20-something years the PPP fucked Guyana over, right? Fuck the black people over, which is a fact, right? PNC came in there. They wasn't even there for fucking 3 years, and they tried to get them out. I don't think Granger's a bad man. Maybe some people that working for him is fucked up. But I think Granger is a president for all the people in Guyana. Jaguar wasn't.
Okay.
And this is a fact. Let me tell you something. Jaguar is a coolie. Now, you said that I always attack coolie people. Yes. There's a difference between a coolie, and people don't understand this, and Indian. There's a lot of good Indians in Guyana. There's a lot of good Indians in the world. A lot of Guyanese good Indians. But when they get into that racial thing, that's when they become a coolie. And when I use the word coolie, those are the people I'm talking about. People that go on Facebook and call black people as other names and stuff like that. You know, I honestly don't see black people over here putting Indian people down. I swear my life. In my workplace, I worked for 30-something years. There was a lot of Guyanese coolie working there. And because I'm light-skinned, they would come and tell me scunt about black people. But I've never heard a black man say anything about the coolie people that work there.
Okay.
And I can swear on my dog's life. I can swear on your bull life.
Keep my bull out of it. Keep my bull. That's a touchy situation. Keep my bull out of it. You can talk about it after I ride it down to Parliament in December. After
and this is why
I ride it to Parliament.
This is why I'm so fucking upset with these coolie people. Because they can't be trusted. They can't be trusted. Now, I'm not saying the PNC government is the savior for Guyana. I think they did a lot of shit. Right? But why force these people out of fucking power, right? Even before the 4 years is up or 5 years, how much it's been there for? Why? You just make yourself look suspicious.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. And this is where fact and opinion has to meet one another, right? Because you use the word force, but realistically, they were voted out. They weren't forced out. There was wait, hold on. There was an election conducted by GCOM, which is predominantly filled with, at this moment, with AP and UPNC supporters. That is evident. Nobody can't say nay, right? And they have been legally voted out. You see, in my opinion, if the PPP was wrong, I would sit there and hammer this scunt. Because I got my own bones to pick with the PPP. There was a lot of wrong things that even happened to me under their time. They were corrupted Indian businessmen who sent people to even... Hold on, let me state this.
When you went to jail, was it under the PPP government, right?
I was charged under the PPP government. And then it was finalized under the APNU administration. Right?
How long ago you went to jail?
So I want you to know this, right?
Hold on, how long ago did you went to jail?
I was charged in 2011.
Uh-huh.
This was right after the election that I was going to contest in. And then after that, the attack started. Right? And I just always bring this up, and I know a lot of people just blindsided because it is very easy to point fingers at the people you don't like, but it's hard to look at the people that you call body and say, bye, you know what, you're wrong too, right? Now, so I want you to know that I don't disagree with you in the sense that the PPP, they're doing a set of scunt. I would never say that I disagree about that. But there's also a reason why plenty PPP supporters did not come out to support them for the 215 because there was too much scunt going on. Now, the will of the people was exercised in 215. And during that time, I was still affiliated with many, many people, especially people of Indian descent, right? And a lot of them were very hopeful that when APNU went in, it would have been something different. However, my buddy, realistically, now I could say this from experience because I live in here, right? I know you ain't really living here right now, but I live in here, my buddy, and I could tell you, it went from bad to worse. All right? And that's why most of the time I just tell people it's like Guyana ain't really got the proper option. You either got to choose the bad one or you got to choose the worst one. However, in saying that, I did identify that the PPP did have a better financial strategy and the capacity to manage better than the current coalition. Even though the current coalition may have had endeavors to do better, they did not stick by their word in terms of putting brilliant young people where they belong. Instead, they take a set of old crass and dog them and stick the scunt to the front for rape the country before they dead and hit the grave. And I find that to be extraordinarily wrong. Now, based on an election that everybody has agreed was free and fair during the voting cycle when everything was going on, they suddenly discredit everything about it because they're gone in the adverse favor, right? Now, I think that is completely wrong because you can't say it's good today and when it look bad for you, say, man, it's not right. You can't say it's dead people vote. Fine, if you say it's dead people vote, well, then we got to find out how the dead people vote them get in the box.
Well, I'm gonna put this in a nutshell about this whole election things to you right now, and I don't want to talk up this elections because we're not gonna get there. But I'm saying, if that no confidence vote did not happen, and the elections was kept this year because his term was up, the Guyanese people would have accepted the results, but because in their mind, they're saying, let us say the Guyanese people, the PNC supporters would have accepted the results. But in their mind, they're saying, no. This is crookedness. It started off on the wrong fucking foot, and we got to investigate. And when they're investigating, they find a lot of shit, right? And that's where we are now.
Well, here's the thing. I understand where you're coming from. I want to hear you. What do you think about Miss Mingo's first declaration? What is your opinion on Mingo making that declaration inside the Ashman building?
Whatever he's doing, he's fighting for his party. I don't know what.
But do you think if the man make a false declaration, what should happen to him if he's caught making a false declaration? Your opinion. You're a pretty straight up guy. You're pretty straightforward, right?
Is there proof that he made a false?
Yeah, it's proof. He was there. It's on video. It's live. It's live. The man come out and the man make a declaration which had nothing to do with any of the numbers that were actually reflected by the SOPs. Mm-hmm. And then, You know, so let's stick with that first before we move on to the next one.
So then,
Right?
what, if he did something like that, why is that fired in jail?
What was that?
If he did something like that, why is that in jail?
That is a very serious question, isn't it? Why is it that some people could do something that is illegal and not face jail or not face
Okay.
some sort of legal
And
punishment?
that's my fucking point. That's Guyana. That is Guyana right now. Okay? And that has been Guyana since I was a kid. Because when I was a fucking young guy and the police stopped me, my father and the police commissioner was this like this. And when they stopped me, because I ain't got on a helmet or riding too fast, and they said so and so is my uncle, okay, go. That's Guyana. So we can argue about who said this and who said that.
No,
because
no, but I
that's
just like
Guyana.
so like I said,
That's
no,
part of,
but like I said, I just wanted to hear your opinion on it, and your opinion was straightforward. If the man do something illegal, why is he not in jail? And that is an actual factual.
because that doesn't happen in Guyana.
Well,
Because it doesn't.
I
And
think
a lot of people say, okay, you should go to jail. Jack Young should go to jail too for all the crimes he commits. A lot of people should be in jail right now. And not just Guyana, even over here.
yeah, there's a
even
lot
in
of
the
corruption
States.
everywhere.
It's all over.
Okay,
The point
so
is,
so how do you suggest we can remedy such a situation?
I think Guyana needs to get rid of both parties. I think they need a fresh start. I think Guyana need younger people in there with younger minds and the way we think. But because of all this shit that is going on right now, it's gonna tarnish all that. Because these people control people. They got money, they control people. And to get rid of these people is gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to get rid of Jaggio. It's gonna be hard to get rid of the PNC, the PPP, right?
Well, I got
But it
something to
has
tell
to be
you.
done.
I got something to tell you. Right? There's something that a group of people is working on right now to systematically empower the average man so that they don't have to depend on that food, that spoon feeding type of mentality. Right? Now, if you were to see something like that coming up, would that be something that you would support?
Yes.
Definitely. Well, then I would encourage you. I'm going to send you a link later to check out this website and some of the things that our network is doing, because what our plan is here in Guyana is to financially empower the average man so that they don't got to go and kiss somebody's ass and do people's dirty work in order to get ahead. Because what you said is absolutely true. Over here in Guyana, plenty of people who are criminals don't go to jail. They are committing barefaced crimes. And
that's been going on for
decades,
donkey years.
For donkey years. And this is the problem. And I noticed that a lot of people from the PPP would say certain people need to be in jail right now. And by right, certain people do need to be in jail. But it's very, very hard for us to call on jail for some people and not call on jail for all people who need to be in jail. Right? And I believe that there needs to be a fairness across the board. However,
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you this question. Let's get into some little other stuff here now and talk about. Like you said, let me talk some names here, right?
Yeah, let me talk a little bit.
Because you've been in Guyana for how long now?
What, 17, 18 years in and out?
Okay. Now listen to me. Can you tell me, please, where did Jack Dio get all that money to build all those big fucking houses all over the states in Florida and in Guyana? I just want to throw a question like that to you.
Bro, I tell you straight, my opinion, I say corruption.
So you're saying
that is my opinion.
Okay.
Right?
I know you can't. I know you really can't say anything because you're in Guyana.
Right? No, but however,
But
let me just state something. That is my opinion. However,
yes.
I have no proof to validate it, or I would have brought it out. You understand?
Use your common sense.
Right?
How much does a president make in salaries?
Damn straight.
Not much.
Right? Not much for Guyana. I think when Jack Day was there, it was something like
you probably making more money than Granger right now.
Nah. Granger getting good load right now, by. There's a fact I know. Granger getting good load right now, by. right? Them people
I'm
raise.
talking about legitimate salary.
Yeah, Granger getting a good load right now. Biden ban them raise up everybody's salary. What do you mean?
So I know there's certain things you can't say because you're Guyana, but I'll tell you this right now. There's a lot of drug money that Jagdio used for his personal gain. A lot of drug money.
I wouldn't say yes and I wouldn't say no because I
I don't
personally have not
expect you
seen
to.
it. I
And
personally.
if I was in your position, I wouldn't say yes or no either.
No. Don't be fooled. Don't be
No,
fooled. Friends of
no.
Jagdeo's who were involved in criminal activities ordered a kidnapping on me and had me kidnapped in 2004, right? By Raja
Yes.
Khan and Ibais. And I just thought, name, I ain't got fucking time, right? And that is proven because those people had kidnapped me with the intention to execute me. And it didn't work out,
Mm.
right? But on a day like today, I could tell you, Roger was given an order from somebody he knew. And that is the man that I'm going to make sure that I get the last laugh against. And those people could not have been empowered unless the current government at that point in time allowed them to get to that degree of power. And during that time was the PPP time. That's why when I hear people say, man, 400 black people were murdered, I'm not saying no. But the thing is, there's a method and there's a way to go about to get the truth. And unless we fix the corrupted atmosphere that we live in, we will never be able to get justice for those young people that were murdered. Bottom line.
Exactly.
So that's why we
Exactly.
need a level playing field. Right? And that's another reason why even on a day like today, some people might see you saying something about me on social media or me saying something about you, but they don't understand that at the end of the day, both of us are sharing opinions. Because both of us...
And this is the type of relationship you need to have between two governments, where they can sit at the table and dish out their opinions to each other, and they can actually come together and have a discussion. But that's not happening in Guyana, and that's why a shared government would never work.
Well, it can't work among the old people, but there's a possibility for the younger generation to bring
Yes.
about a real shared governance. The problem
Somebody
is...
was telling me that this guy that they're gonna make president, that he's a good guy.
Irfin,
Yeah, what you gotta say about that?
well, my boy, I don't know him personally.
Mhm.
I've never met him personally to say that I know this man personally.
Mhm.
Right? But I do know, just my personal opinion, that the ministry that he was working in after the transition, when it was happening, that ministry burned down. And I don't like the way that looked. It looked very, very odd. You understand?
I hope the person that told me this is listening right now.
Right?
She probably is.
Because it looked very, very... I tell it straight, I tell it as it is. Spade is a spade by. Right? Next. But I don't feel that it is right the way the new government handled it. When they were taking power, their promise to the people of Guyana was that they will bring justice to those who did not have it.
And this was promising during the election, before the election.
This was promised before the election. And APNU
Bro,
did not hold
bro.
up to their promise. Think about it. Think about all the people they say
Happens
committed
all
crime.
over the fucking world. Politicians will promise you the world just to get in there.
Well, we
That's part of life.
we understand this. But for reasons like that, they were voted out. And because they couldn't do the job, somebody else got to take the poll to do the job. Unfortunately, a lot of the smaller groups, they don't get the realistic support that they need. So they lack the capacity to properly govern the nation. Even if they were to win an election, a group with 100 people can't govern the nation because you have how many NDC offices? You have how many regional offices? You understand what I'm saying? They need a better plan. They need a better system.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well,
they need
you
a
know
better
what?
system. But my
Like
thing
I
is...
said,
hold
like I
on.
said.
Hold on. Let me just finish something. My thing is, though, is that both sides have accepted the status quo in terms of we're going to deal with these two parties because this is what it is right now. And we are going to vote for one of them. And in my opinion, and from what the recount has shown, the votes worked out in the PPP favor. And now there's a set of stalling and all sorts of funny business going on. And in my opinion, I feel that shit is completely bullshit. I think the same way one stepped out for discipline, this one should step out for discipline. And if they feel they got a good hand, they got to come back again on the next term. And since they know the flaws of the system because they are currently in the system, they should have been pushing to change those things while they were actively in government and not talk about it when you know you're on your way out. It seems a little one-sided, right? Just my
listen to
opinion.
me. I got a question for you.
Is
Let's
it your
say the
question or your
PP
viewer's question?
let's say the PPP is sworn in, right?
Uh-huh.
You think there'll be any change?
I know for at least the first year or so, they're going to put up a damn good attempt. Because they're going to have to show face. They're going to have to show that they're doing something. They're going to have to show that something is happening. Do I believe that
You think they care? You think they care, or they're just going to try to line their pockets?
Right now, I'll tell you that at least from my point of view, the leadership of the PPP, even if they don't care about the people, they care about the power. And they know that they and I are skating on thin ice when it comes to the support of their support group. And they know damn straight that there are strong small parties coming up that their swing voters will side with if they screwing up. Right?
So,
because remember,
let's say
wait, hold on. According to the recount, they only won by about 15,000 votes. That ain't no big landslide victory. That is a very slim and narrow margin to win by.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Several-
you know,
hey,
so I know that for a fact they'll have to perform. Even if not for the people, they will have to perform to save face. And at least that could buy the necessary time for the people to get a little damn smarter. If not, they open back up the door for APNU. The same people that they talking about is so bad and so wicked. And they would open back up the door for them. So they got to know right now if they're going to go in and they're going to do a damn good job or if they're going to get this skunt them voted out because the people ain't taking skunt right now. I can tell you that much. People ain't taking it.
I just say one thing, that the generation today is different than the generation 10 years ago. The ideas that they have, the things they want for themselves is different. People realize they have a voice now. But let me tell you something. If the PPP get back in there, what is it, 4 years or 5 years?
4 years, but by the time all this court shit done, it might be like 2. I'm sorry.
So
I'm just,
for 5
I'm
years,
just looking at it.
Let me tell you what's going to happen. They're not going to change. They're not going to go in there and try to make Guyana better. What they're going to go in there and do is say, we got 5 years to line we pocket, and by that time we all be rich. Fuck the governments. We don't want to run no more. We don't care if we lose. That's how it's going to go.
Oh, hold on. I want to do something before we continue.
Let me finish. That's the mentality of the whole PPP party and the PNC party, right? We go in there, we can line we pockets, we can get rich, right? We don't give a fuck about another 5 years after this. That's somebody else's problem. And that goes on a lot, not just in Guyana. It goes on here in Canada with all the ministers and shit like that, right? That's the way it is now. People use the government, people use politics to get fucking rich. You think they care about me and you? Nobody. Right? No.
I don't think that
the
they
people
care.
that care about me and you are all dead. Mandela. I could start. You know the people that really care about other people. They're dead.
Yeah, good people
They're
tend to die fast.
fucking
I
dead.
kind of expect it myself. So, you know, the amount of death threats instead of love letters I get is ridiculous. But before I continue, hold on.
Can you walk the streets?
Perfectly fine.
Okay.
I live in the ghetto. I just go everywhere, Scott. Right? Right? But before I continue, let me first start by saying good afternoon to all of your viewers. And I wish them all well. Even those who might be cussing me, talking shit about me or whatnot, I still wish you well. We're all Guyanese in this thing together. And we must evolve to a point to where we can sit down and have a dialect between each other, even though we share a difference in opinion. We have to be able to do this. If we can't do something like this, there is no future for us, no matter what.
And maybe Granger and Jack Joseph be watching us right now.
I hoping all of them could be watching because I'm doing this, and I think you're doing this for similar reasons. People can have difference of opinions and still coexist in a positive manner. People can do that. How come the Guyanese people can't do that? I have no clue except that your leaders have misled you because you have put blind trust in all of them. It is time for you, the Guyanese people, on all sides of the fence, to stop following politicians and empower yourselves. And this is very, very important toward your own development. Hi, little doggy. I see the doggy back there. Okay, he chilling.
Yes.
Right?
So we're back right now. Everything is at a standstill. I see your guy from the U.S. threatened to stop issuing visas and shit like that, and all sort of garbage like that, right? I don't think, as a small South American nation, should stoop to his threats. He can say all he wants. Who the fuck going to the States in any case? They got their own fucking. Let's stop talking about Guyana politics now. Let's talk about these fucking outsiders that all of a sudden is showing an interest in Guyana because we got oil. They never care. GCOM never care about fucking Guyana until they find out we got oil. Everybody want a peace.
GCOM?
Right?
Did you just say
Yeah.
GCOM or the U.S.?
Yeah. GCOM and the U.S.
Okay.
Right? They never give a fuck about Guyana. But everybody's using these elections to put the fucking foot in there. And if the Guyanese people don't stand up and fight against these people and solve the problems on their own, a lot of people are going to suffer.
Well, here's the
A
thing,
lot of
though.
people are going to suffer. A lot
Guyana-
of poor people are going to suffer too.
Guyana has depended on a lot of this outside interference for a very long time. I'm not saying they. Because even back in the day, I mean, how did Burnham them originally get in power in the first place? Right? I just find it to be kind of questionable that people talk about outside interference, but when outside interference is in their favor, they ain't talking about it. 215.
Well,
In 215, they had outside interference, but nobody didn't quarrel about that.
well,
How
at that
can you
time,
accept it one time and then say it's wrong the next time?
well, there was a legitimate reason for the United States to put Burnham in there because they did not want a communist government.
Okay, good. So
It-
there's a
it-
legitimate reason right now why they should remove a dictatorship. Because realistically, if the votes go against somebody and they still hold on to power,
Why are you
what do you
calling
call-
Granger a dictator?
Dude, let me tell you what. Because he is forcibly staying where he's at.
Because nobody has fucking swearing nobody yet. Nobody ain't come out and say, you lost. Step the fuck down.
Yeah, but they are also manipulating the system that runs
No,
that
the
process.
The system has a process. If it takes fucking 5 years, if they can't find a solution, it will take 5 years.
Well, I have
If the
also
courts in Guyana
listen,
and,
I have also
and the Caribbean court cannot fucking come to a conclusion and make a conclusion, America should stay the fuck out. That's what I'm saying.
should Canada also stay the fuck out?
Yes.
Okay, UK,
If
everybody.
if our courts and the Caribbean courts of justice cannot come to a decision and say, okay, this is what happened, PNC win or PPP win. If they can't come out and say that, which is that's their fucking job, then these other countries should stay the fuck out. And don't try to influence these courts with
Okay.
their stupid threats.
Well, here's the problem. The reason why outside courts had to step in is because the same type of corruption that was going on from one time is still currently going on right now. And it's a constant back and forth situation. 1 minute, whoever's in power, the court system loving them and moving with them. Who's not in power, it kind of harassing them. They have been using it, these politicians have been using these systems as their own personal weapons. And you even know that as well, right? Now, in this type of circumstance, can you allow them and leave them to dictate their position even though the will of the people have went against it?
You just asked me a question.
Yeah.
That was a long ass fucking question, but
Okay, I'm sorry. I promised you I was going to keep them shorter, right? Okay, well, what's currently going on right now, right? The results of the recount showing one person favor, And APNU is doing its best right now to stop the declaration. What do you say about that?
Okay, listen to me. If let me put it away simple because a simple way. Bear with me for a minute here, okay?
I bear it, my buddy. I bear it. I
You
think
got
the
two
viewers bear it.
kids.
We all
You
bear
got
it.
two kids. You got two kids, right?
Yeah.
And you're missing a piece of cheese.
Yeah.
And this one said it wasn't me. And that one said it wasn't me. So you put them to sit down. And this one keeps saying it wasn't me. And that one keeps saying it wasn't me. What the fuck you gonna do? You tell me. And then I can continue the conversation. What would you do if both of them deny it?
Well, both got to get punished.
You see what I'm saying?
Both
And
got to
that
get
is what
punished
the
because
outside, that is what the
it's fair
outside
treatment.
fucking countries is trying to do to Guyana right now. They're trying to punish the citizens of Guyana, trying to name it all these sanctions, because the parent, which is the court, can't make a decision. So they should keep the fuck out. And that's the simplest way I can explain this stuff.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The court needs to make a valid decision, and I believe a couple courts have made valid decisions, and all of the decisions keep getting recalled, appealed, up and down, pushed back, aside. You see, for me, my opinion is we had too many lawyers involved in making our laws. They made laws that allow lawyers to get rich off of every single conflict in the country without bringing it to an immediate conclusion, right? Which is why we still have this whole thing here. The amount of loopholes that were created in the system, it's unfair to the general public. And that is what is causing the general public to feel the pain that they are feeling right now. Because when all of these bullshit laws were being made and these systems were set up, the public either A, did not have any say in how this thing was being put together, or B, it was completely hidden from them until the last minute, and then they had to deal with it. Because even I personally just go out there and I just tell people straight, GCOM is a fraudulent rigging machine from the start scunt to the finish. How the hell you got one group or one particular entity to make the decision as to who's going to be in power? You got 6 different races in the country, but you only got representatives from 2 sitting on the commission. How the hell that scunt supposed to even open up room for a new party to grow and rise up? And me, I'm speaking from experience, because I remember in 2011, as the presidential candidate for the Fundamental Structure Group, sitting down in GCOM's head office on Main Street or High Street, in front of Victor Alexander, Goku Buru, and Steve Sorge Bali, when they told me, you know, Mr. Snow, we like what you're doing, but you don't understand how Guyana work. Why don't you correlate? Why don't you join up? You could be more useful than one of them, right? And because I refused to, I said, man, I don't want to do that. I'm thinking about pushing forward. They said, well, if you push forward, we can make it so hard for you, you wouldn't be able to contest in another election. And I said, no. Well, then I just going to withdraw. I ain't even pushing forward. I going to come again a different day with something else. And within a couple months after the election, a man walk into my restaurant, an Indian man, walk into my restaurant, drink up himself, fight with his friend. His friend bossy ass. I break up the fight. I call the police. I call the man's wife to come and I give the man cigarette and tea and coffee so he can sober up scunt. When the police get there, my buddy, the man turn around and tell the police, I beat you up. And how them want $1 million. I said, what? I said, I'm not giving nobody nothing. We had witnesses to the thing. But the police wanted their fucking $1 million too.
Well, that was happening a long time ago.
Right? But here's the problem. The problem is, it was all part of a larger, elaborate scheme. Because even when I was charged and I come through all of this and I sit there and I speak to Nandalal said, bye, so what are you going to do now that people feel he is a criminal? I said, bye, criminal is coming in all shape, size, and color, you know. Right? It's a funny thing. But then to go through all of this scunt now too, and then to see that even the AFC attorney that I had tried to sell out me case and get things run behind me, fucking back for put me in jail. I don't appreciate that scunt at all, by. No,
Hey,
no,
yo.
no.
Hey, yo.
I can't appreciate
we
that
can go
scunt.
on talking about all the fucking
But
shit that's going on in Guyana inside that for years from now on. My point is,
so
why let's talk
go.
about something else. Why they're calling Granger, right, a dictator?
By because the way the man acting right now.
Hold on. If Granger was a dictator, he come would get kicked out of there. All the foreigners would get kicked out of there. So why the fuck the labeling the man? I'll tell you why. Wait,
hold on.
Fucking respect for the black man. That's what they do.
Okay, good. Well, hold on.
Regardless of what you think.
No.
They disrespect the man because he's black, and that's one of the main reasons all this shit is happening right now.
Okay, hold on.
What the fuck did Granger ever do any one of these guys?
Wait, hold on. So then in saying that, right?
He's not a dictator
hold
as yet.
on.
And I'm hoping he wake up and become one.
Listen, I ain't saying it. I like your reasoning. But here's the thing. What did Jack Dale do to them that they have proof to do? Because you also say...
He fucking tried to overthrow the government. That's what he tried to do.
No. He didn't try to overthrow no government. He's still using
paid
the
a
legal
fucking
system.
coolie man
The man
millions of
still
dollars.
using the legal
That's still
system.
wasting the fucking money.
The same
you know
legal
this money
system
Jag your own
that
people
you just
stuck?
a couple minutes ago said, well, that's the system. If it take 5 years, it take 5 years. But Jack Dale using the same system to do, as you quote, overthrow the government. But he's doing it through the legal parameters.
No, I didn't.
Hold on.
He
Also, you said that they never see that Granger, if he was a dictator, he would put out GCOM, he would do this and this and this. Well, listen, if Jack Dale was a thief, they would have had blatant evidence of him thieving. But these people are smart, at least to some degree, that they know how to do it from an indirect manner. And even you know, just like I know, there's ways that me and you just get messages out there indirectly. Just like just now you said, because he was a black man, you wanted to indirectly send a particular type of message. But here's the thing. This thing ain't got nothing to do with skin color.
You see, people don't want to say that. I do.
Right?
Indian people, Coolie people, are the most racist fucking people in Guyana.
I don't know.
But I'm telling you this.
At least for my
fucking,
listen.
What?
For
because
my listen.
I am light skin. Because I'm light skin. They come and tell me scunt all the time. Just the other day, I'm having a beer with two of my black friends. This guy came in, buy a fucking beer, and bring it to me. And then he give it to me, go, I don't buy beers, so he call it Edward. A word I don't use. I just give you first to get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. People can't come around me and use the word nigger and stuff like that. I ain't got time for this stuff.
I don't even use the word. And
right? Because let me tell you what.
My
big son is black, right?
I said nobody.
My big son is black. And I got black in my family. At least 25% of my family is black people. And I don't appreciate the low talk. And I know for a fact that anybody who promotes that type of talking is a skunt. Because the bottom line is, you're not going to fix the problem by pushing more derogatory comments over and over. But likewise, Rude Boy, I could tell you, my man, I've received a lot of racial hostility from Afro-Guyanese people. But then again, at the same time, I've also received love from Afro-Guyanese people.
Bro, I grew up in Campbellville. 2 Stone Avenue. I grew up in a black neighborhood. And our house used to get robbed every fucking 6 months. My father got so fucking mad one day, he turned to my mother, my mother said, they're going to a movie. My mother said, are you guys going out? And we go, yeah. My father said, no, just leave the fucking door open. Right? We meet a point where they left the fucking door open. Because all they can do is cost us to put the fucking door up. But you gotta understand, that was part of growing up in Guyana. Right?
Well, I think it's time that
poor people, they come in your house looking for stuff, and we were poor too. And the fucking thing is, when they come in there, they didn't find anything. But because they gotta break the fucking door down, it costs my dad money to put a door up. So my dad said, just leave the fucking door open.
Well, there's a reason, I don't know
my
if you
dad's
watch
a genius,
some of my lives and notice, right? Most of the people that does live, eat, and sleep around me is black people. By
the only time I was mad, scunt, I gotta tell you a story. Remember when that Jaws movie opened in Guyana?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I wasn't in
went
Guyana
there.
at that time.
I
And
went there to see it.
I was overseas
And
and I was a little boy.
me and my wife was living in the house. My parents were over here already. And I was about 3 weeks to come to Canada. We went to see Jaws. And when I go home, then they didn't break out the door open, Scott. Bye. I was mad that night. I buy a brand new pair of shoes, Scott, but for when I come into Canada. And then buy jackets, Scott. And this is the first time I get mad, Scott, but because I didn't have any more, Scott, but no. They didn't have, I go my price of the guy with good shoes, Scott, buy. Next day, the fucking shoes was back at my house. Because my neighbor knew who it was, and he see how upset I was. He went and get his shoe back. Right? But the thing is that even though we were living in Campbellville,
not to cut you real fast, your neighbor need to go and help me get back all the money that was wasted out to the treasury one time.
They don't have no more. Guyana's a different place now. Guyana's a different place now, right?
We need some leaders from Campbellville.
I know a lot of times I'm in trouble, and I know the same people that break in my house help me out.
Bye.
But the stupid thing is, these people break in my house and I go, holy fuck, these people are poorer than me, Scott. Because we were poor. We were poor people. But because we were light-skinned, people think we had money.
Bye. Tell me about it. Some people just think I rich skunt because I red. I don't get the skunt, you know. And some people that I just do charity for, they don't realize that I basically taking my last and splitting it with them, you know. And they don't realize they just think maybe this thing is never ending. But, you know, I think it's time that we all led by a better example. And that's one of the reasons why I really appreciate this dialogue between me and you right now.
So, you know, we got to do this again because I'm running out of time right now.
Definitely.
Right? But before I go, I want to ask you a quick question.
Oh, look like you about to come with beer skunt by. All right. I'm getting ready for this one.
No. The Guyanese cricket living in the yard house, Scott?
Bye. I don't know. You know, I don't really watch cricket.
But do you know him personally?
I know him. We meet. We've gaffed, but I can't say that I know the man personally to say I know what is going on with you, yeah? So, but I think that is a question that is best left for critic who can adequately defend his disposition or his position, right, in his vehicle.
Or is he scared to do videos from his house anymore since he did the racial thing about black people? And then they start picketing in front of the house. Well, that's not in the house because he rented it. And tell you to cut the fucking grass, okay? The place is a mess.
Well, somebody else got to tell you, you know, I run a landscaping service. If somebody wants to cut the grass, they can come visit me.
Front of your yard.
Pay me a $2.5 or something. I can come and I can be down the place.
He's listening to me right now. Critic, clean up your fucking yard. Stop spending less time on the fucking phone talking about black people because you know you're being paid by Jagio to say what you gotta say. That's all.
Oh, and saying that, buddy, you should at least put up some proof if you're going to say something like that. You see, this is the thing.
The proof is in the pudding.
No, because look, listen, my boy, for the morning.
The proof is in the pudding.
For the morning, I had about 16 or 17 people tell me as if Jack, they would have PPP paying me or something. I just get so vexed with that skunt. At least if I didn't get them paid, I could have put on an AC. And I wouldn't have to be sweating right now. You understand? I could have had the extra phone, and we could have do this skunt long and strong from a while back. You understand? I wouldn't be going through problem here. I would have had technician. Like you probably got ministry of telecommunication people helping you. I don't know what's going on, right? So I got to wonder, right, if Kathy sending you some gift, who knows?
Let's do this again in another week or so.
Yeah, definitely, my brother. Yo, take care.
Right?
God bless you, man.
Save this video because I want to see the comments.
Yeah, definitely. I'm actually going to put this on YouTube, right? So, and connect it and put it up on the YouTube channel there. At the same time, before we go, I wanted to thank your viewers who often don't really get a spot to share their view on my show. But I'll let you guys know if you ever wanted to watch and you ever wanted to make a comment, it's not a problem. But if you start threatening, you start saying some real skunt, I'm just gonna block you and deport you off my page, right? I wanted to say thank you to all of my viewers who watch, because at the end of the day, we all have something in common. We are all Guyanese. We have to be able to have proper dialects with one another. Even though you may have a difference of opinion, we need to come together and put the bullshit aside, take the feelings out of it, and just get the job done.
You just call your bull bullshit?
No. I didn't call my bull bullshit. I love my bull, buddy. Hey,
so
listen.
why you barbecue this bull?
Barbecue the bull. You gotta come and ride this bull when we riding down to fucking Parliament in December, you know. Right? Don't worry, I got tattoo. I got tattoo Rude on the side of it and Snow on the next side. So you can say Snow Rude Skunt. Right? All right, everybody. Once again, thank you guys very, very much for tuning in. I wish you all well. God bless. You want to say goodbye or anything? Right on. Peace out. All right.
Later.
All right. Later, my brother. Take care. Bye-bye. Yeah, bro. Good show, man.